What's up, fam? It's been a while since I uttered those words. Today, I'm covering a big topic that I think will be life-changing for every single one of you to know. I knew about color theory for years now, but it wasn't until a few months ago that I started to take a deep dive into researching more about color theory, color seasons, all of it. So, what am I talking about? Every single one of us falls into some spectrum of the 12 different color seasons. So, there are 4 seasons that we all should know of: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And within those 4 seasons, it's broken down into 3 separate color seasons. So in total, there are 12 color seasons. And in this video, I'm gonna help you to figure out what your color season is. And then we're gonna figure out what colors look the best and the worst on you, and also how to color coordinate and put together an outfit so that you don't have to stress out about it. So this book right here was a huge inspiration source, along with several other blog posts. So I'll leave all of that helpful information in the description below. And before we get into it, why does any of this matter? It actually doesn't matter. Honestly, at the end of the day, wear whatever color you feel good in. I think that's the ultimate test to knowing what color looks best on you. Also keep in mind that we're all on a spectrum here, so you might be like a straight up clear spring, while someone else may be in between different seasons. And your color season may even change as you age, or if you change your hair color, for example. It wasn't until a few weeks ago that I had a warmer ash blonde balayage, and that paired with maybe some colored contact lenses and a warm, rich summer tan, then I could probably pull off the warmer earth tone colors that deep autumns wear so well. But I decided to dye my hair back to black, and I feel like it just makes my eyes pop more and my eyebrows look more sharp. Before, with my lighter color hair, I just feel like I looked a little bit more washed out. So with all that being said, even though it doesn't really matter at all what colors you wear as long as you feel good in them, when you do become aware of what colors suit you well, it makes a drastic difference. You will look much more radiant. You won't look as tired and dull. Your eyes will shine, your teeth will look whiter, and overall, you will stand out and not the colors of the clothing that you're wearing. You will just look beautiful as you are and as it should be. That is why I'm here today to talk about all of this. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Otherwise, let us hop right on into it. So how to figure out your color type. Number 1 is the vein test. Look at the color of your veins on your wrists. Go do it right now. If you have bluish purple veins, your undertone is most likely cool. If your veins are more of a green olivey color, then you have warm undertones. If you can't really tell exactly, you may lean more towards a neutral, and maybe you could pull off both. Next test you can do is to take a bright white piece of paper or a towel or a t-shirt. Just make sure it's a pure white, and when you place it against your skin, you'll notice if your skin looks a little bit more pinkish reddish, that means you're cool. That means you're cool. If your skin looks more yellowish, then you're probably more warm toned. You can also do the silver gold jewelry test. So it's really helpful if you just happen to have a large piece of silver and gold fabric laying around. If not, try to sample on your skin whether gold or silver jewelry looks better and which ones you gravitate more towards. The next test you can do is really easy, is to evaluate your wardrobe and see what colors you naturally gravitate towards most and least. This usually is a good telling of what colors you like wearing, which is at the end of the day the most important thing. And lastly, my favorite test. This is the one that helped me to really narrow down what color season I was, whereas the previous tests only told me whether I was warm tone or cool tone. This is a big giveaway as to what color season you are. Simply observe what color is your hair, your eyes, and your skin tone. This was pretty quick for me to narrow down because I have dark brown, pretty much black hair, dark brown, black eyes, and a pretty pale skin tone. I asked my wedding makeup artist and she told me that most Asians have an olive undertone. Since my key characteristics are pretty strong and rich and bold, like I said, I fall either into deep autumn or deep winter. So now that I know my specific color season out of the 12, I'm going to look into my wardrobe and do some color draping to figure out what colors look the best and the worst and out of all the colors. I'm not gonna go over all 12 color seasons in this video, but I am going to kind of show you an example of how I narrow down what colors that look good on me, and hopefully you could apply the same testing methods to your own wardrobe and your own personal colors. All right, so the way that color draping works is you're gonna look around your closet, your bathroom, anywhere to find different colors to place against your skin. Draping that big block of color against your skin will help to tell whether or not it looks good on you or it don't. This can be t-shirts, towels, furnitures, books, whatever you got laying around that is like a solid piece of color, then use that. So these three colors are the universal colors that pretty much look good on anyone. That is a pure white, a gray, and a black. Not to say that these are your best colors, but you can't go wrong with these colors. If you have a deeper, darker skin tone, then wearing a bright white would add more contrast. Whereas for me, apparently, black is my all-time best color. No one can rock a black like a deep winter can, apparently. Which I thought was really funny because I always thought that white was my color. I always feel like myself. I feel clean and pure when I wear white. And whenever I wore black, I always felt a little too harsh, a little too edgy, and a little too confident. It wasn't until more recently that I realized, you know what? I'm ready to rock the black. I'm ready for that level of confidence, you know? I feel like I'm realizing my full potential now, okay? If you're also a deep winter, keep that in mind that no other color season can pull off any sort of dark, deep color combinations like you can, okay? Deep winters are cool and deep. Just saying what the book says, okay? I found all of these clothes that are apparently not the best with my color season. Okay, just want to clarify and say that I realized in the following clips I come across as more of a deep autumn, even though I'm referring to myself as a deep winter. And the main difference is that deep autumns are warm toned while deep winters are cool toned. And I did recently dye my hair, and when I washed it a few times, it's faded to a warmer brownish tone. And I'm also wearing makeup, which does make my skin look a lot more warm and bronze. So I'd recommend color draping with minimal to no makeup. And if you have color dyed hair, probably tie it back and cover it with a neutral fabric so it's not as distracting. And you know what? Whenever I wore these items of clothing, I never really did feel that great. And now I know why. Now it all makes sense. You will see that it makes me look a little bit more washed out, a little bit more dull and tired, just not as strikingly awesome as a deeper, cool, brilliant color would. My worst colors are golden browns, soft peaches, and cool, dusty pastels. See how I kind of blend into the clothing? It doesn't look terrible, but it's not the best option. I love this sweater that I bought in Denmark. It satisfied my cozy autumn cravings, but these are the exact colors that are the worst with my color season. Again, not terrible. I'm not gonna die of embarrassment or anything. I'll probably still wear this sweater just because I don't care what anyone says. But this color just ain't it, sis. I don't know why I got this like cornbready color, especially because this sweater came in other good color options, but I chose this one. And that's the thing. I actually grew up really liking color variety in my wardrobe, and it was my goal to have all the colors of the rainbow in my closet until I realized that some colors just don't look that great on me. My darker, cooler features don't really complement this color scheme very well. This is something that I bought so recently on sale at Uniqlo. The tag is still on it and I never wore it. Again, this was one of those items I purchased to get in that fall warm tone mood. I honestly think the camera makes everything look fine, but when I look at myself in the mirror, when I style this, it's just, I could choose better color options, which is the whole point of this video, is like when you're stuck in between colors, this helps to kind of narrow down what decision to make. I love Taylor Swift, but this is my biggest regret of a purchase this year. I'm just blending into the sweater. I personally think this is like the worst color on me. I just feel like I'm morphing into this color and I kind of get lost frost in it. I'll probably still wear it, but like I feel like a pink marshmallow or something. This is another cool dusty pastel, which they say doesn't look good on me. I just love this color though, and so I refuse to hate it on me. This color really dulls down my darker, deeper colors. Someone else, like maybe a warm, clear, cool spring, may be able to rock this color, but just not me. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a test going through the Roji Biv. I'm gonna go through every color of the rainbow and decide what version of that color looks better on me, and this is gonna help me out a lot. So as a deep winter, primary true colors look really good on me. So for red, I could pretty much wear a variety of shades of red. I actually don't own barely anything red in my wardrobe currently, just because it's one of those colors that's pretty strikingly bold, and I don't know if I'm confident enough to rock a red piece of clothing item just yet. This color theory thing is teaching me a lot, and it's making me want to branch out to colors that I never thought would look good on me, but apparently they should. These are the only two examples I had. As a deep winter, any color mixed with a little bit of black will look good. So this is slightly darker than a true red, but if I went even darker and deeper, maybe a blood red or a burgundy, that would look great. But hey, not bad, not bad. So this red would look a lot better than say a warmer, fresh red. And I love this pattern actually, so I'm still gonna wear it for PJs. This more reddish orange compared to a kind of truer red. For me, I'm simplifying it down to anything slightly more cool tone, slightly more deeper, darker will always look better on me. But maybe for you, it's the opposite. Maybe something slightly more warm toned and softer will look good on you. So again, try to apply all these things that I'm doing to myself to yourself. As for orange, they don't recommend a single shade of orange for me because again, it's like my worst color. And I also don't own anything orange, so that works out. As for yellow, I'm gonna compare these two shades of yellow. Take a look at this golden mustardy yellow, and let's compare that to this vibrant lemony yellow. I feel like some of you might be looking at this thinking like, they both look okay, like what's the problem? But for me, I could tell a huge difference. This lemony bright clear yellow definitely makes me pop. Whereas this, I'm a little bit more dulled down. It's not even just because of the color itself, it's because it's clashing with my cool toned, darker colors, if that makes sense. Like I said, if I still had the warmer ash blonde hair, then I would complement with this color much better. As for green, let's compare two shades of green. There's this sort of lime green, which I honestly, like I love this color, but there may be a better option of green for me. And now that I think about it, I do lean more towards neutral. My skin tone sometimes looks slightly warmer, and that's why I'm sometimes like, there's like some undertones of yellow in this green and I feel okay with it. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing sometimes, but that's why at the end of the day, just ask yourself like, do you like it on you or do you don't? So let's compare this green to this. Oh, is she? Oh yes. Do you see the magic of color? I know in general darker colors seem a little bit more elegant and chic, but it's also because my color season calls for deeper colors such as a deep pine foresty green. It's a different vibe. Definitely a different vibe. Blue! Blue is another primary color which I have a lot of options to play with. There's a large shade range of blue that I could pull off and not have to really worry about. One of my best colors though is like a midnight navy blue. I maybe own like one piece of navy blue clothing. I should switch this up. Oh, see? This is it. This just feels like it. And I always avoided these colors, dark navies, these forest greens and blacks. I always thought they were for adults and I always thought they looked boring. But I don't know, I'm having an open mind to these colors and I think I could still play with them and bring some youth to them in my own weird way. I think I could figure it out. Yeah, that looks good. We have this light blue denim, which works. There's nothing like inherently wrong with this. It is brighter, cheerier. And then we've got like a truer blue blue denim jacket. I don't know, I just feel like my eyes pop more. I feel more in my element with this. Can you tell? Can you tell the difference? Cause like I'm seeing it, but I don't know if you guys are seeing it. As for violets, I barely own any violet colored clothing. It's weird. Let's compare. It's reading much more pink on camera. It's actually this really warm purpley magenta color. And then we've got this like, oh yes, this like darker eggplanty color. This is like an acai purple. Ooh. This is slightly more warm tone, but it still works. And last but not least, I thought I'd cover pastels because I had a whole phase one year where I was obsessed with pastel colors. I wanted to metamorphosize into a unicorn. That was my life goal. And so I loved like lavender and mint and pale blue, all those, you know. I guess the rule of thumb for me as a deep winter is I can wear any sort of light, icy, pastel-y color as long as they aren't dusty, and they won't be like my best color, but they won't be my worst. I don't know if you'll be able to tell the subtle difference of wearing this like dusty pastel blue versus wearing a more icy pastel blue. Do you notice the very subtle difference? As for pinks, like I said, soft peaches aren't the best, so this has slightly more of a orangish tint to the peach versus like this, which is a more cool toned pink. Now that you know what colors look good on you, it's time to put some outfits together. If you're lost on how to color coordinate an outfit, sticking to one color is always a good option. Monochromatic outfits usually look polished and chic without having to think too hard about it. If you're thinking about adding an accent color, I'd always say a white pant or a bottom goes well with brighter colors, and a black top or bottom goes well with darker colors. As for accessorizing outfits, I say just to match a detail on your top to your shoes or purse or earrings or whatever accessory you have, and this will just pull your entire outfit together. As for wearing more than one color, I'd say primary colors always look good color blocked together, and it's also helpful to know about complementary colors such as blue and orange and yellow and purple and the classic Christmas colors red and green. But let's be real, I think most of us wear mostly neutral colors anyways, which all go really well together. Alright, I hope this video was helpful for you. Hopefully now shopping will be easier, deciding what to wear in the morning will be easier. I will be making a video soon on what to wear for your body type, so be sure to be subscribed. Also turn on your post notifications so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And now I have a mountain full of clothes to fold and hang, so be sure to like this video if you liked it. Alright, I love you and I'll see you soon. Mwah! Bye bye!